is everyone doing? All right. They're filling up the chat room. As you fill up the chat room, do us one small favor. Please hit that little thumb. That is the like button. All right. We are back again here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. And of course, Mr. Blackson is gracing us with his presence. How you doing, Reverend Blackson?
Well, I want to give a summon today for Mr. Peanut,
Woo!
Mr. Fred.
Oh, yeah.
They have left us today, are dearly departed.
Oh, Lord. Hallelujah.
Mr. Fred was a loving raccoon.
Amen.
Mr. Peanut was a loving squirrel.
Woo!
Never meant any harm to nobody.
Lord knows he didn't.
They were always kind.
Ha.
They're always peaceful.
Yes.
But the police come in and kick down the door in Liberal City, New York.
Yes.
Handcuffed the man and handcuffed his wife. Pulled out Peanut and Fred and took them on out of here. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Woo, brother. Amen.
You know what I was referring to, right, Ms. Lynn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll make sure everybody heard that story. So yeah, that's a little eulogy for Mr. Peanut, Miss Fred. Can you get a word? Moment of silence, because yeah, that was sad. All right.
Okay, so how we doing? All right, they're filling up the chat room. Reverend Blackson had some words of wisdom for you today. Alley Cat said, "Preach it." Woo!
Alley Cat, I feel a little guilty because I don't look at raccoons and squirrels the same way, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just saying I live in the South.
Yes.
I didn't know people had them as pets, but I mean, it's still unfortunate what happened. But yeah, I mean, I don't want nobody to grieve like that for a family pet. But yeah, a squirrel and a raccoon, shoot,
yeah.
I'm out of my guard. I know you, Miss Lynn. I know you more kind to nature than I am. So
Yes, and I just had a neighbor bring me two big burlap sacks full of corn because I have 20 deer in my yard every day, so I have to feed them.
Oh, they love you. They love you, Miss Lynn.
Yeah, I feed the coons, I feed the deer, I feed everything.
You better be careful with the raccoons because they'll bring their buddies back and they'll sit at your door and wait.
I put the food out and I come run in the house, so they fight it out. So
okay.
Andrew said Bon Jovi just sung at a Kamala rally today. Yeah, I know Bon Jovi. Yeah. So hey, it is what it is.
Wait a minute. Beyonce can do a concert. Wait. Bon Jovi can sing, but Beyonce can. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone, Ms. Lynn.
Yeah.
Or did he just speak? I think Andrew said he just spoke. Wait a minute.
Andrew said he sang a song. So who knows? But I'm getting ready to do roll call. And yeah. Where are we here? Go ahead and hit that like button. We're going to get started with roll call. Let's see who's here. Andrew, of course. Alley Cat. Where are we here? God, Andrew left 1,000 comments, so I got to scroll. Okay, there we go. Cha-Cha. Tina, how are you? Baldwin Birds is here, of course. Thor, how you doing? Laurie. Ruby, of course, is here. Isaiah, Pinky Wells, all of the usual suspects. If you have not been watching, I have been uploading shorts. So make sure you go back and check those out. So you said that Bon Jovi sang today. Okay. At Kamala's rally. So we'll have to check that out. So I guess he's living on a prayer. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Because she really is living on a prayer because her campaign is done.
It is done.
Woo! And so Thor said it's fun how it's always people with stacked bank accounts telling people how to vote. Thor, yes, sir. Thor, you've been here now for a few weeks, and that's what bothers me. Thank you, Edna, for being here as well. That's what I keep telling people. This drives me insane. I'm not, yes, I love Bon Jovi music. Bon Jovi is not telling me how to vote. Ron, I don't care. I'm not listening to millionaires or billionaires. So Thor gets it. Oh, Pinky said we can guess whose parties Bon Jovi has attended. Truth bomb.
Oh, damn. Not Bon Jovi. Damn, not Bon Jovi. Oh, wow.
They all want, everyone who's went to those parties, went to the Diddler's parties. Hey, they want her to win because they those tapes. A lot of people are on those tapes. Okay, I'm just saying. No Diddy, no doubt. Ruby said, I think these people at the Diddy party, they were at the Diddy parties and they want protection from Cam. Yes, that's what they're saying. Because they are crashing hard for her. Let's look at this title, folks. We're going to get started, and this will explain to a lot of you who don't know and understand the dynamics or the structure of the traditional Black church. This will explain a lot of what we've been talking about this past year as it relates to the Black church and it being an extended arm of the Democratic Party. And we've often called it a place for indoctrination and brainwashing. So look at the title, White Preacher, and his name is Donnie Swaggart. Of course, I couldn't get his entire name in the title. Calls out the Black church. Black preachers clap back. Now, we've already said on this channel, anytime someone white has something to say, automatically, what does the left do? They are racist. So even if someone Black is wrong, a white person can't say anything about that, or they're racist. Folks, that is not biblical. That is not right. Either you're right or you're wrong. It doesn't matter if the color of the person who calls it out. And Karen said he's Jimmy Swaggart. Yes, and of course, you know the left, they're bringing up, well, remember when Swaggart, remember he had he was on TV crying. This was years ago for those of you who are too young to remember.
Oh, yeah.
About the adultery. Who gives a care of something that happened 25, 30 years ago? And so they're bringing that up, trying to make it seem like his son is the same. But again, I wanted to share this with you because, again, a lot of you have been asking me, about the dynamics of the Black church as you're trying to understand it. I just talked to Blackson. Blackson said he hasn't been to a church in years. I told him I go to a church. However, I do not go to a Black church because I do not go to an indoctrination camp to be told who I need to vote for. And I have a lot of information to share with you tonight. And so Pinky said Swaggart knows the church talking on the wrong business. Right. And he just called it out. He said what we've been talking about. But since he's white, he's racist. No, he's not. He's calling out their nonsense. The Fishing Kid, how are you? Karen says, only the devil brings up your past. Karen, valid point. Once God has forgiven Jimmy Swaggart, the Democrats, we don't want to hear anything you have to say. Take it somewhere else. Last time I checked, you were not judge, jury, and executioner. So we have a lot to unpack. We're going to give you our review. Who blocked? Okay. Ruby, someone's been blocked. Chicago Hood, how you doing, love? James, how are you? Great. James says, great topic tonight. I still don't understand church psychology. James, you're one of the primary reasons why we're doing this. Because this will help you to understand some of the things we've been talking about. Fishing Kid says, great and love your show. Tell it like it is. God bless. Fishing Kid, yes, I will. And all of you who are here, share this out on Facebook, Instagram, True Social. Bring more people into the conversation. You never know who can wake up and run away from the Democratic plantation. Let's get started. Here we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with, let me see. We're going to start with Donnie Swaggart. I'm going to let you see what he had to say. Then we're going to review it. Okay, let me stop it here. So I want you to hear it from the beginning. This is Jimmy Swaggart's son. Listen to what he has to say. Now he's being called the biggest racist in America. Listen to what the man had to say with an open mind. And then we're going to discuss it.
Now I'm fixing to make some people mad right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be, for the statement I'm about to make, I'm going to be called a racist. And I will be called every name under the sun. But somebody needs to stand up and speak to the black church. When the largest African-American Pentecostal denomination, when that leader stands up and said, I endorse that woman, he was saying, I endorse murder. I endorse homosexuality. I endorse lesbianism. I endorse transgenderism. I endorse every evil that hell can prosper, bring up to the... That's wrong, folks. And the black church votes predominantly for the party that is anti-God. What's going on here? What's going on? See, my statement to them is this. We've had them call into the program. I don't like it when you talk about how. Well, no, the problem is they don't like it because we're stepping on their toes. Hello? They're cowards. You see, listen. Whenever you take a stand like I'm taking, there will be some people leave the church. There will some people get mad and walk out. But understand this, I don't work for you. I don't work for you. I work for the Lord. I'm a Christian.
So okay. So you see what he said. He didn't say anything negative. And every black person in the chat, every black person who watches, every black American that watches this video, you know that this is the truth. And this needed to be said. I'm sure other white ministers wanted to say what he said. They did not want the backlash that he is now receiving. This is what is going on. I've done several videos on the black church, right? They are nothing more than indoctrination camps, except for Bishop Wooten. You've heard me talk about him. He's here in North Carolina. He doesn't support any of that nonsense. You know, they don't go to his church because he supports none of it. All of these other traditional black churches. And what did he say? If he said something that was racist, type it in the comment section. Because did you hear it, Blackson? What are your thoughts on what he said?
Well, he's just talking Christian values. Again, I always ask the question, but people don't never seem to come to me, but I always have 3 questions for anybody who is voting for Kamala Harris. I'll ask them first, do you believe in God? Second question, are you a Christian? And third question, can you be a Democrat and a Christian?
Okay. Those
are always the 3 questions, and I don't even interrupt them when they're trying to explain the third one, because the third one is kind of difficult to explain. But he basically is summing up the same sentiment. He's saying, he's basically saying you can't be a Christian and a Democrat.
Right. Facts. That's only so where I didn't hear him call anyone out of their name. He called them on their immorality. He didn't say anything bad. Folks, it's almost 90 people in here. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out. Bring more people into the conversation. How you doing, Antoine? Antoine said, I heard it. It was Ray's sis of him to call. I'm not sure what you were saying, Antoine. You can't. Karen said you cannot serve two masters.
Ruby said currently the truth is racist. That's a fact.
Right. And if something is wrong, but you continue to go along to get along, how are you going to correct the problem? You're not. And
Alley Cat, no, Tina said, Mr. Black Son, I totally agree with you, Tina. And this goes to Alley Cat too. You can't be the president of the United States, like Trump said, and not love America. She has disrespected the Christians. She has disrespected the Catholics. She has disrespected the Jews, the Muslims, the Amish.
Right.
Like, how do you expect to win?
Right.
So, no, I'm not going for no, Kamala is the projected winner. No, we're not going for that because you done offended all these people. There's no way you can win now.
Right.
It's impossible.
Yeah. How you doing, Raymond? Raymond said, truth. Hit that like button, folks. Hit the share button. We're bringing more people into the conversation. This is what I love. More ideas, more opinions. So this has created a firestorm. He knew it would. He stated that it would. Yeah, James Truth Bomb. She's disrespected the intelligence of people as well. Yeah. So this is straight from the Democrats' playbook. Again, as I was talking to Blackson earlier, there are plenty of white ministers that want to say the same thing. They don't want the firestorm. Anytime, like I said, that a white American says it, it's like when Barack Obama was in office. If anyone white said anything about him, what were they called? Racist. What about if they just didn't like his policies?
Well, first of all, Miss Lynn, it was bound to happen because if I remember, Kamala Harris is the one that threw down the gauntlet when the guy came to her event and said, Jesus is Lord or Jesus is King.
Yeah, she did.
She threw down the gauntlet. So therefore, she declared war on every Christian. So Mr. What's his name? Mr. Swaggart is just taking heed in that as a Christian, letting you know, okay, we see you now.
He's fed up like a lot of other people, but he was man enough to say something about it. Like I said,
she attacked a certain group, and that group claps black. Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, and as a Christian, he's clapping black.
Yeah, let me share that. I have a lot to unpack, so let me go ahead and present this to you as well. Yeah, so she started it, and then now let me show you this. So, because again, James and some other people that don't quite understand. Now, I showed you what he said. So, here we go. You see anyone here that looks familiar?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here we go. Now, again, we know. There we go. Who is this a picture of up here? Roland Butt Cheek Martin. Now, he just needs to go somewhere and just hide. I'm sick of him. But hey, here he is. You know, he's a Democratic shield. We know he wants to keep his job, making his coins. And Andrew said something very funny. I have to find it. Andrew said, I'm a deplorable, racist piece of garbage, and so are my friends of all races. Andrew, we're all garbage and deplorables. So I just played for you what Donnie Swaggart said. Listen to these idiots up here. And of course, this is straight, right, Fishing Kid, Truth Bomb. This is straight from the Democrats' playbook. Listen, this is hard to listen to because we know it's all a bunch of crapola, in the words of Archie Bunker. But listen.
Saw this video of this crazy deranged fool who had the audacity to challenge the black church when it comes to this election.
And he over there, the look on his face, like, yeah, I saw that video. So y'all go ahead and roll Donnie Swaggart, who is the son of Jimmy. Is a whole lot I can say. Jimmy Swaggart.
So you see again, because of what his father did, he's Roland, you are in no position to laugh at anyone with everything that you've been into the past few years, and not to mention the past few months.
Because we got to play this, and I got to get a comment. Go ahead, roll it.
Devon Franklin. Now I'm fixing to make some people mad right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be, for the statement I'm about to make, I'm going to be called a racist. And I will be called every name under the sun. But somebody needs to stand up and speak to the black church. When the largest African-American Pentecostal denomination, when that leader stands up and said, I endorse that woman, he was saying, I endorse murder. I endorse homosexuality. I endorse lesbianism. I endorse transgenderism. I endorse every evil that hell could prosper or bring up to the right. That's wrong, folks. And the black church votes predominantly for the party that is anti-God. What's going on here? What's going on? See, my statement to them is this. We've had them call into the program. I don't like it when you talk about how I well, no, the problem is they don't like it because we're stepping on their toes. Hello? But I guarantee you, if 1860 was today, they wouldn't say a word about preachers preaching against slavery. They would trumpet it, and they should. So then why will not the African American church stand up for righteousness and stand up for the word of God? Come on, church. Come on, you can call me a racist. You can call me every name under the sun, but I am right. I come against you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. You don't vote for somebody just because mama voted them or daddy voted for them, but you vote according to the word of God. Come out from among them and be ye separate, says the Lord.
I'm not hearing him.
So this guy's talking about God. Did you guys see what Roland Butt Cheeks Martin said? And what he just waved his hand. Enough of him. Is that not the devil? Type it in the comment section.
Well, you know, Swaggart spoke against homosexuals.
Roland Butt Cheek Martin strikes again. And he needs to go somewhere.
I guess he has a reason to be mad, Miss Roland.
I guess so.
Yeah,
but I want everyone to listen to. Now you heard what he said, but we know somebody. I think Chicago Hood. Someone just typed. He has no credibility. Listen to these other morons up on his panel. The victimhood is real.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Fred. Let me. I'm about to speak in tongues, so let me.
He also
what we're not going to have is white theology trying to articulate to a black church our morals, our culture, our history, and our faith. You are racist. It is about white nationalism. I'm a pastor, member of this board, on a newspaper, a radio station, and our black newspaper. Over 1,000 black pastors in the state of Florida have endorsed Kamala Harris to be the next president of the United States of America. Now, to get thousands of black pastors to sign off, to say, I'm not afraid of Trumpism, I'm not afraid of what they may say about me, the black church was born in slavery. The black church understands the power of black theology and liberation theology, and he cannot lecture me. If you want to talk about demons and dragons, and what Trump represents is the Antichrist, and they're against everything that we stood for. When you try to tell us that Project 2025 is from the Lord, I'm telling you it's straight from hell. Because in the state of Florida, Project 2025 is being implemented right in this state. Anti-black, anti-books, anti-right, anti-Mickey Mouse. I didn't mean to do that, my friend. So let me just say this.
No, go right ahead.
Go ahead.
It's called Roll About Unfiltered.
The power of the black church. If we cannot rise in a time like this, we were never going to rise. This is a defining moment, not only for black folk, but for clear-thinking white people. This is our time. And I'm not going to be an Uncle Tom preacher who received my resource from black folk and scared to settle for black folk. The devil is a liar.
Trump. Did you hear all that crapola?
Yeah, I was gonna be sick.
Yeah. So clearly a paid Democratic shield. So you're talking about he can't tell. This white man can't tell you. You're wrong. What difference does it make? What God are you serving? And you're talking about this man can't tell you anything. And you just heard what he said. Still not talking about policies. He went back to history again, straight slavery. What that man, sir, you're still enslaved mentally, okay, psychologically, and this is not acceptable.
Ruby said
black people being in oppression, right, Pinky? Because they're getting their checks, they're living well. Look at where they're living compared to their parishioners. Go ahead, Arena.
I was just reading a comment from Ruby. She said, do you remember in 2012 at the DNC convention, the Democrats booed God? They did not want to have God as part of their party platform, and Obama had to override. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah. There's over 100 people in here. Please go ahead and hit that like button for me. Jackson 5, too much evil and corruption about. Yes, Jackson 5. And so this, but I like I said, I like to share this with you to see. I want you to see their mindset, because some of you are still finding it hard to understand how so many people. I told you, the Democratic Party is a cult, and they use the black preachers and black ministers have been devastating to the black community because they're keeping their own people oppressed. They are. And they have their money. Again, these ministers are living well. And it's just a shame. Kevin said Jesus was crucified for free speech against the high priest and Caesar. Right. And so that's just where we are. Tina said he sure wouldn't quote. Tina, right. They never quote anything from the Bible.
No.
Go ahead, Blackson.
No, because if you start, they can't. They can't because they're not lit. Like I said, I wouldn't even want to be seen with Roland Butt Cheeks Martin. That's number one, because according to the Bible, he's supposed to be stoned.
Right. And he has no credibility whatsoever. Hit the like button, folks. So I'm going to let you listen to the rest, not all of it. What I'll do is share this link in the description box so you can watch it in its entirety. But I wanted you to hear so you could see the mindset of the preachers and ministers who are leading these traditional black churches. And that's why some of you were asking, why are the Democrats going to the church? This is why. The Democrats go to the black churches. They have all the preachers and ministers on code to get the congregation on code to vote for Democrats. Ruby, The Democrat black ministers will always place race over principle and sound theology. Right, Ruby? They never talk about policies. They go back to talking about slavery. And you heard him bring up Uncle Tom. He probably doesn't even know anything about Uncle Tom. Mary, how are you? Do you, Mary? I'm not sure what you're saying. Let me play a little more of this, and we will continue. Okay, this conversation.
I salute my frat brother, and I agree.
Did you hear what he said?
Oh, okay. He let it be known. He let it be known, Miss Rowland. Right. He let it be known.
Gods who are there? They're in a fraternity. They worship Greek gods. That's why one of you just said. That's why they're never talking about God up in heaven. They're in a fraternity, the Divine Nine. We talked about that. All of these guys up here are in the Black Bolet, right? They all are doing well financially. They have their money. They're gatekeepers to keep other Black Americans in poverty. Go ahead, Blackson.
No, yeah, he just told on himself. You give him enough rope, they tell him himself. And he just said it. Because the first guy was dancing. He was dancing, but the second guy like, oh, the great fraternity, the Alpha Kappa Nines, and the sorority. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's all I need to hear.
What else do you need to hear? Okay. And let me continue.
My frat brother. I was trained as a church historian. I am revolted and disgusted by the son of a man who condemned other folk and then did the same thing himself. I will not be lectured by the great-great-grandsons of white preachers that told Black folk slavery was ordained by God and you ought to be happy to be a slave.
Sound familiar, folks? I'll continue.
I will not be lectured and taunted and dismissed by white preachers who refuse to understand my dignity and my culture and only want to recognize me when I emulate them. The Black church at its best has always been an institution for liberation of Black folk and all folk. Our doors have always been open to anybody who wanted to come in. Our faith has always been about love, about loving folk enough to hold them accountable for their disrespect of God's creation of Black folk.
Again, you see what he's talking about. Now he finally used God's name, but he's, again, look at them. They're all decked out in purple. I guess they're Q dogs. But let me play just a little bit more of this, and then I have something else to share with you as well.
I serve a God who created me in God's own image and gave me the right to decide what I would do with my life. I'm grateful that I had a praying mama. I'm grateful I had a father who was light-skinned and decided he was going to continue to identify as a Black man because his daddy was the only Black person in the town he was raised up in upstate New York. I stand in a tradition of Black folk who lifted Black people up because they understood the God they served was concerned about who they were. I serve a nappy-headed, bronze-skinned Jesus.
Here in North Africa.
Who died on a cross that I can have life more fully. And I will not allow somebody who denies the truth of the matter. He would rather have somebody with 34 felony convictions for an innumerable number of other court cases waiting on him. who has been sued over 4,000 times in his lifetime, who gets off a bus, talks about putting Tic Tacs in his mouth and grabbing a woman in her private parts. That is what he wants as president?
So again, they won't talk about all the horrible things Kamala has done. But with Trump, oh my God, you can never forgive it.
Now, Miss Lynn.
Yes, sir.
He did say he was a historian. So I got to cut in.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So he talks about, who would go for a president that's been convicted. So I guess he was unaware that King George convicted Benjamin Franklin, George Washington. People do know they were convicted, right? And if they were caught, they were to be hung and drawn and quartered. They were convicted. A lot of people don't know that. Of course,
he doesn't care about that because they weren't black. Again, it's racial idolatry. Okay,
but he's talking about presidency. The forefathers of this country were convicted felons.
Oh yeah, and committed all kinds of crimes. But again, I won't play the whole thing. Let me play maybe another couple of minutes, and then I have something else to share with you folks.
We may disagree about abortion. I've been in ministry for 63 years, Roland. I've never told anybody to have abortion and never told anybody not to have one. I've explained to them the consequences of both and told them you need to pray, go to your God, ask your God what you ought to do, because you're the one that's going to be accountable for whatever you do. And if your God...
So he's on the fence. Now, what is he supposed, as a man of God, what is he supposed to tell them? Right. So again, they're all bought and paid for, folks. They're all bought.
God says it's all right. Then you do that. Because they don't even understand it. In Orthodox Judaism, the child is not a child until they're born, until they are birthed. There are other traditions that honor life in different ways. And you, with your male self, want to dictate to a woman what she can do with her own body? That's the start of a deep and vicious slope that will dictate to all of us. I'm enough of a historian to know that Jews, that Hitler started out with Jews.
So you see, they getting back to Hitler. So
hold on, Miss Lynn.
Yeah,
you know where I'm about to go. Because who started that whole concept was not Adolf Hitler. It was Margaret Sanger. Thank you very much.
Facts. Yes.
Who rubbed elbows with who was that in the background? They had their name H. Philip Randolph in the background, who they're honoring. Yes. Oh, I pay attention. Pay attention. Oh, shout out to James, man. Yeah, James knows about the conviction from King George to our original forefathers. Yeah, James, that's why they had to fight for their lives. I'm preaching to the choir, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about when we had King James said, find them, bring them back so we can draw, quarter them, behead them. Yeah, they were convicted. They weren't in the physical court, as you know, James, but yeah, they had a trial and said, yeah, these people are to be brought back to England and they will be executed. So yeah, a lot of people don't talk about that, but that's English history. Even though it's our history, we don't talk about it, but our history, English history, but yeah, the forefathers were all convicted.
Right.
They don't talk about that though.
No, of course not. And so let me, I have something else to share with you. So hold on, folks. Hold on. I told you I had a lot to unpack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said King James, King George. I keep saying King James, King George the first. I'm sorry.
All right,
James,
here we go.
James is like, huh? I saw James now. I keep saying King James, but yeah, King George. I'm sorry.
Right, Edna. Edna gets it. They're worshiping at the altar of blackness. It's called racial idolatry. Edna gets it. Peace time. He's preaching a demonic gospel, but there is not another gospel. Right. He should ask Mrs. Brown about harlot hat. Right. So let me share this with you. I told you I have got to let me show you this. And you're going to remember we just talked about Pastor Bryant down in Lithonia, I think Georgia.
Yeah.
Now he even chimed in. He of all people.
Wow. Of course he did. Of course.
Oh my! How you doing, Glenn?
Hitting on the holler, Miss Lynn.
Yes, I know it. Right? Go ahead and hit that like button. There are over 100 people in here, and only 69 people have hit the like button. So hit that like button. That'll bring even more people. That'll trigger the YouTube algorithm. So this is Jamal Bryant. And like I said, he has no credibility with the lifestyle he leads. And listen to this, folks.
Said nothing about Trayvon Martin, said nothing about Freddie Gray, said nothing about George Floyd, and now you want to find your voice over a convicted felon who is a racist and a misogynist. Where was your prophetic voice during all of that?
Be seated. The devil is doing too much. He's doing too much. And he has used this election cycle to raise up demons who think that they are going to push us backwards in time. I don't know who the enemy thought he was playing with. But I need the enemy to serve notice that you are dealing with a free black man. I am not going to be intimidated or pushed around because you done raised up some white patriarchal preachers who think that they can throw off a black preacher who knows who he is and knows what he is called to do. You can try that with some other ones, but this one right here, you done picked the wrong one today. Just because you got a few black people that go to your church, that don't mean you ain't racist. Just because you done kissed a few black babies, don't mean that you ain't a white supremacist. As long as you shouting about pro-life, keep that same energy with the death penalty. As long as you talking about raising up arms, don't forget black. Don't forget that they trying to ban black books. Don't forget that they trying to stop the education of black history. Don't forget they trying to stop loan forgiveness from students that are trying to go to school. Don't forget that they trying to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion. Don't forget they don't want health care for your black mama and your own black grandmother. Miss me with all of that. The kingdom is at hand.
Now with ShipStation, we are.
Well, you see what Ruby said.
I'm afraid to look at. Yeah, this is. So James, I need to see you to comment. I hope you're understanding what we've been telling you about. Ruby said Jamal Harrison Bryant is an apostate with a church filled with silly women and low testosterone males. Facts. Short gang bus. How are you? Tina said pure evil's coming out. Here it is. Let me let you listen to it. There we go.
The devil comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Over the last week, they have unleashed every arsenal to try to dismantle the weight of what it is that God is calling us to do. How dare you think you can curse a church? If God be for us, who can be against us? Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. It is these same white evangelical preachers that have said nothing about Trayvon Martin, said nothing about Freddie Gray, said nothing about George Floyd, and now you want to find your...
Hold on, time out. Hold on. Trayvon Martin happened under goddamn Kamala Harris when she was the AG. So what is he talking about?
Listen, he's talking everything but God, right?
Right.
So yeah. So again, everyone in the comment section, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Everyone in this comment section is saying the same thing. They've seen the same thing. This is hate speech. Okay.
Peacetime said this is why the black church is in decline and has no relevance in the black community. You cannot serve two masters.
Exactly. And again, listen to where it's hate speech, folks. Listen to this guy.
You may be seated. I remember when Moses was commissioned by the Creator to erect a sanctuary that was made out of gold and silver and bronze. He says, I want you to build a church made out of gold and silver and bronze, not out of cement and drywall. Ladies,
I hope can you all read? I hope you all can read. He also spoke on behalf of many democratic policies, including diversity, equity, so listen to what he's saying, but also read the captions here. This is what this church is all about. And you see how they're in there just, oh, it's a cult, folks. Nothing more, nothing less. Let me continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, when God is rebuilding you, he's going to make you shine. Don't stop being bright for those who want to leave you in the dust. There are folk that don't like you because you drive with high beams on. They want you to lower your shine because you are intelligent and because you are brilliant and because you are insightful. I don't speak well for a black person. I speak well for a person that survived the Middle Passage and survived Jim Crow and survived all of the gentrification you tried to put in our community. Want to leave you in the dust. There are folk that don't like you because you drive with high beams on. They want you to lower your shine because you are intelligent and because you are brilliant and because you are insightful. I don't speak well that you aren't doing anything. You will never have an enemy. It is honored to build something permanent. That's when they thought they were doing too much.
I have to stop it because you're right, Akilla. How old is he? He survived the Middle Passage. Yeah, he's not old enough to have even gone through Jim Crow. What the heck is he talking? So again, what did we say about these black preachers and black ministers? They talk about slavery. They talk about that they get people emotionally charged so that they'll go out and vote for these Democrats. They don't realize he's the biggest enemy that they have in their life. I've been saying this. These black preachers and ministers are the greatest threat to the black community. Okay? So, Smart Final, they asked for money. Right, exactly. Jackson 5, on a serious note, high beams that just blind you when you're already struggling to drive at night. Facts. Let me go ahead and finish this up. I have something else. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'm not done. I told you I had a lot to unpack.
As long as you aren't doing anything, you will never have an enemy. It is only when you start looking like what God called you to do that people are going to have a problem with who you are. John Maxwell said, if you want to be liked, then sell ice cream. I done lived long enough in America that I ain't gonna lose no sleep over who don't like me. Stay right in the comments. Stay right on my page. Stay right on following me. Because if I wasn't saying nothing, you wouldn't be coming behind me. Go behind them preachers that ain't saying nothing about nothing. But you got a real one this time.
Ruby, I'm going to go back and let everyone see that. Yes. You see what he has in front? Everyone see that right there? That looks like the Black Lives Matter fist. Everyone see that?
Right. That's exactly
you
what
see that.
Yeah.
Holding the cross.
Good eyes.
Everyone see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Pinky said, is Brian having an asthma? But what, like I said, what Donnie Swaggart said, if you think about, every ethnic group votes a certain way. If they're religious, they vote according to their Christian principles. That's Irish, that's Italian. When Jewish people are religious, that pretty much when people are religious, they vote Republican. White people, Latino. But if you look at Black Americans, 90%, well, up until Trump, of course, have been voting for Democrats. Fight Paulina. Oh, Paulina said that's the fight Trump fist.
Yeah, I like that.
And so to make it make sense, Donnie Swaggart spoke nothing but truth. And I'm going to give you guys an example. Most of you who've been here for a while, you know that. How you doing, Stormy Young? You know that I'm an educator, and you've heard enough of that, because that guy is nuts, and he has absolutely no credibility. I'll give you an example, and I just Blackson, I mentioned it to you earlier. Most of you know I teach high school in the public school system here in North Carolina, and it's the same thing. Blackson, I just told you about that earlier. So some Black students, if a white teacher says something to them, they have a problem with it.
Right.
Why should it matter if they are correcting you in your wrongdoing? So I hope you all understand, it starts at home. Then for the ones that go to these Black churches, the indoctrination continues. The brainwashing continues. I tell students all the time, I don't give a care what the race of the teacher is. You follow the rules that adult has given you. So you see what I'm saying, folks? Bad parenting 101. I'm talking about it right now. Blackson, did not tell you about that earlier.
Yeah. Oh, Peacetime said Black Lives Matter until it comes to the unborn. They don't count. Damn. Hey, your chat is cooking.
They're on. Hey, spam the comment section with fire emojis, because it is on fire. I mean, Valentino hot sauce.
Hit the like and hit the share button, y'all.
But listen, she's right. But also, Black lives don't matter. Go to Chicago, Detroit, all these other liberal cities where Black males are killing each other in droves. I don't hear Black Lives Matter. I don't hear Al Sharpton. I don't hear the Congressional Black Caucus. I don't hear the NAACP. I don't hear these Black preachers, these Black ministers, and these Black puppets, these celebrities and athletes say one thin word.
Did Black Lives Matter when Kamala Harris was withholding evidence?
Yeah, go talk to all those Black and brown men she locked up in California, and so that they could provide slave labor, free labor to the prison industrial complex. But now she's out here. Look at what she's doing. I don't see her out here.
That's okay, Miss Rowland, because Georgia, which she spent, I don't know how many millions of dollars she done spent, but the Black people have spoken, and they like the only Black people in Georgia that are coming out to vote are the ones voting for Trump.
Right.
They don't want to talk about that.
Right. How you doing, Mom? We have a lot of new people in here. Go ahead and hit that like button. We're almost at 100 likes. We've had I'm looking at the analytics. We've had 700-800 people to come through already. So go ahead. We still haven't made it to 100 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button for us, folks. Share it out on your various forms of social media. So that is what we've been talking about, folks. Go ahead, Blackson. What would you like to say?
Ruby said they only talk for the bag. Well, Roland Marty talks for the booty cheeks. Oh, okay.
We found that out. No, we found that out. Again, he has no credit. He just needs to go away. With all the scandals we had, that's his latest scandal. How about when he got in trouble at CNN? He got in trouble at News One. He needs to go away. People who live in glass houses are in no position to throw rocks at anyone.
Maybe I'm old school, Miss Lynn, but I remember when people got caught looking at another man, like they disappeared. You didn't hear from them no more.
Yeah, they poof gone.
That was it. You didn't hear from them no more.
I have something else to share with you. I know what you're saying.
Liberace, yeah, you didn't hear after they disappeared. They,
yeah.
But
yeah.
Rolling Butt Cheeks Martin, he's just coming out. He don't care.
He may as well. Hey, we know he doesn't have any testosterone even before that on screen gap. So, let me show you something real quick. So, because some of you still trying to understand, hit the like button, folks. Let me show you something really quickly here. Where are we here?
Sorry about that, James.
What did James do now?
He said he's trying to eat. I'm sitting up here talking about Butt Cheeks Martin. He's trying to eat.
James said, you know not to try to eat when you're here because God only knows what will happen. All right, let me close. I'm trying to share something with you. I got to get to a timestamp.
James, save me to some of that Brooklyn pizza too, man. Y'all got the bit. Nah. I hate to say this, James, but Queens got the best pizza, but y'all got the second best. But we'll talk about that later. I'm sorry. Okay, good.
You're fine. So I want you guys to see this sign here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pause it so you can read it. And then I have a short video to share. So this is what's going on in the traditional Black church. And we've already talked about this on this channel, where they're shaming, they're ostracizing Black Americans who are unwilling to get on code and vote for this cosplaying Black adjacent woman. Look at this right here. This is what I wanted you to see. Attention to all Blacks who plan to vote for Trump. You are an ignorant, stupid Negro. Does everyone see this?
President. Are you worried at all that when you use words like ignorant, stupid, Negro?
I wanted you to read that sign nice and large. Okay, I'll start sharing. Yes, and somebody take a guess what state that happened in. I'm going to play it in its entirety for you. Just take a guess where that happened.
That better not be Georgia.
No, it's not in Georgia.
Okay, good.
No, that actually happened in Alabama, Birmingham, with all that history. All right, let me get this started. Okay, we have a little commercial here. But yeah, I'm going to play it so that you can see. All right, let me get it to... all right. Let me pause it. You know how it is when you're playing some of these videos. It's awful. Come on. And some of these videos, everything just pops up. It's kind of difficult to play. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get it back for you.
Yeah, why shouldn't people in Alabama care who's voting for who? They're a red state.
Right, the video, it's not playing. I tried to play it now. I played it earlier now, and it won't let me play it again. Anyway, that happened in Birmingham. So again, we've been saying on this channel, hit the like button, folks. We're almost at 100. There are a lot of Black people who are going to go into that voting booth and vote for Trump. They're not going to say anything. They don't want to hear the nonsense. They don't want to, be involved with the name calling that they know that they'll receive. And a lot of people, we've been talking about this on this channel. They said they're going to choose the couch.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Jill Stein, the couch, and Trump. I'm fine with all three of those choices.
Yeah. Right. As long as you're not voting for Kamala, I'm good. I'd rather if you think you're gonna vote for her, please don't go to the polls. And that's just where I'm at. I know some people don't agree with that opinion, but I don't want you voting for her at all. And that's just where I'm at with that. These Democrats are losing their minds because Cam is losing. Yes, they are.
That's right. That's a fact, Ruby. That's a fact.
Yes. Sandra, how are you? All right, we have all kinds of new people in here. Hit that like button as you enter the room. All right. And so that's just where we are. Donnie Swaggart said nothing wrong. And it's just a shame. Black pastors, like I said, that church sign, I'm sure he's not, that's their field. But remember, he's a black puppet. He is a poverty pimp. And again, the black traditional churches are indoctrination camps. All right, that's what they are, brainwashing centers. And you see, if you're the head, now he's supposed to be helping them save their soul. You see what he had out there on his sign. Get out of here. That's unacceptable. Pinky, the couch voters want reparations, and they think that's a strategy. Pinky's cutting up again. I love it. Antoine, it's not just that she's losing, it's beyond the margin of error where they can cheat and make up for it. Antoine, good point.
That's a very good point. But we're catching them now, though, Antoine. We're catching them now as we speak. They're being caught.
Let me show you. I brought up that church. If anyone wants to go out there and protest, it's New Era. Let me see. I pulled it up before we went live. I'm going to get, I have the name of the church and where it's located. So if anybody wants to go out there and protest, let me see. Is it still? Yeah, it's still not coming up. All right. Let me see if this will work. I'm trying to get this to work for you. It's still not working. Let me see. But anyway, I pulled up his name. And his name is actually Michael Jordan. And the name of the church is New Era Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. How you doing, Montrez? Good evening. So someone needs to say something to him about that. That is not right. Okay, folks. And again, I hope that helps those of you who are trying to understand the dynamics and the structure of the traditional Black church. I hope that helps you. Karen said, I also believe TD went to visit his church, or Steve spoke highly of TD, and that was a hard pass. My late hubby and I would watch. Yeah, then mid-sermon, then turn it off. Yeah, I don't want to hear anything these people are saying. Roland, what time will you be live streaming on election night? As soon as I get in from work, I'll start the live stream. But again, this is what these Black ministers and preachers are doing. And how you doing, Aurelius? And again, they're all doing well. So Democrats are against the unborn. We already know that. And again, they're against real men, and they call it toxic masculinity. We already know that. But guys, we know God created men to be the protectors of the family.
That's fact.
Pinky. All these churches are involved in politics, should be paying taxes. Pinky, yes. Revoke their 501c.
That's right.
What I'm saying. You sit there, an extended arm of the Democratic Party. You're supposed to be helping people save their souls. And everything you're preaching is against what's in the Bible. You're an oxymoron is what you are.
So then I got another question. I asked originally, can you be a Democrat and a Christian? Can you be a Democrat and part of sorority? I'm like, dang, I'm really.
Well, but see, they don't get it. They don't understand that they're worshiping Greek God. They don't see it. They're worshiping Greek gods when they're supposed to be worshiping. And then, like someone said earlier, like we've been saying, their worship is racial idolatry. Okay. And they're trying to get everyone on code. James said riding in limos is in the Bible, isn't it? Right. They're living well. They're doing fine. And I'm supposed to, how are you going to help me with my soul? And you're not talking about everything you're preaching is not in the Bible or something that God hates. Yeah. You can't help me save my soul. You can't even save yourself. Truth bomb. Ruby, the IRS is not coming after these churches because they're promoting the Democrats. Exactly. Right. We know what happens when someone supports conservatives. They come after them strong. They're weaponized. These federal agencies are weaponized against them. Stormy Young, I find it funny that all these male actors talk about toxic masculinity, yet they always want the conservative bad roles, not the weak liberal role. Yeah, Stormy, they're all oxymorons, basically. And it make sense, but you can't. So what do the Democrats think about the black community now? These black preachers and ministers, this is what they're preaching. What do the Democrats offer the black community? Liquor stores, the unaliving of children,
weed,
and poor performing school, weed,
right?
Yeah, drugs. That's it. Okay, that's all they offer. Tell me I'm wrong in the comment section. Tell me I'm wrong. And what's the number one reason that the black church is endorsing Kamala? Number one. Well, they're saying you hear them say it. She's black. No one said anything about policies. Nothing. You can't make this stuff up. They can't be that stupid. And like I said, the scary part is, Blackson, when you look at all the black Bolé, they have all these degrees. They're in all these sororities and fraternities. You can't be that dumb. What do you think about that, Blackson?
Well, I don't know, Miss Lynn. I mean, if you go to a party and then, they got coke and they got, people getting drunk and naked ladies, and then they got kids there and then you're being filmed, I guess I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I would do is walk out because that doesn't mix.
Right.
Young adults and coke and all that don't mix. So I'd be out the door. So you can't be too smart if you stand up in there and you got underage boys and girls there to begin with. So, oh man, this is a lot, Miss Lynn. Jeez.
Yeah. We've had over 1,000 people to come through. I just looked at the analytics. So a lot of people are trying to learn about this dynamic. And so we definitely need to talk more about the traditional black church. We do. People need to know, because I hear people asking questions like you said, you don't understand it. I've heard a lot of people say, why black Americans are conservative, but why do they vote Democrat? Well, if you've been going to indoctrination camps and been brainwashed all your life, that's why. Truth bomb.
James said, stay, but be the cameraman. It is the best choice. You're probably filming the cameraman, James.
Woo, yeah, because everyone has a cell phone, so everyone can film. Montrez, have you heard about what Michelle Obama said about black men voting for Trump? Which statement, Montrez? She's made more than one. Which one, Montrez? Oh my God. So they're desperate.
How can we do a show and not mention, Ruby says, Wells already reported several for the shenanigans with Fannie Willis making speeches at the churches. How can we not mention Fannie Willis?
I'm trying not to. Remember when she was going through her trials and tribulations in court, what did that big black church down there do? They called her in there. We're supporting our sister and gave her an award because she's black. No, if you're wrong, you know that woman sat in there and told a pack of lies, but because she's black, yeah, come on, no. How you doing, Chubbs? Sacred Grove, how are you? Salute, Patriots. Salute to you, Sacred Grove. Share this live stream out. Hit that like button, love. That's what these traditional black churches do. When black Americans get in trouble, they bring them in. Oh, it's okay. And give them awards. If they were someone white, they just talk about them for the rest of their life. If they're black, they bring them in and give them awards for their wrongdoing.
What the hell is James and Ruby talking about in the chat?
I'm afraid to ask.
Ruby said, I would be scared to get baby oil in my eyes.
Ruby is misbehaving again, and I love it. Allie said you thought it was to watch YouTube.
Right. Best chat ever, Miss Lynn. I love this chat.
This chat is fire, always. And guess what? It's going to be on fire again tomorrow because that, by popular demand, we will have Prosperity. And she's got another crew. Nothing wrong with us upholding each other in wrongdoing. Pinky, that's what I'm saying. These black preachers and ministers do that. Instead of, saying, hey, let me pray for you. No, they uphold them in wrongdoing because they're Black. That is racial idolatry. And if a white person says something about it, oh my God, they're the biggest racist ever born. Two double standards, like we talked about. Double standards. Oh my God.
So does this flame keep going, Miss Lynn? Because I mean, they got on there and they talked their little stuff about, Mr. Swaggart. I mean, where does this go from here? Because they're not relevant as far as I'm concerned, but
Well, it's not going. Where does it go from here?
Do they try to milk? Are they going to try to milk this?
It just these Black preachers and ministers want to keep their checks coming. It just continue you noticed it every time a Black person gets in trouble. There they go. Oh, we have to support it, but they won't say that person's wrong, even when the person's wrong, and that's not right. And if a Black person has the kahunas to say something about it, they attack them.
So was this some type of shaming ritual of Mr. Swaggart? I mean, they're trying to, because he's already prepared. Like I said,
right.
Kamala's the one that threw down the gauntlet. She's the one that threw it down.
But I'm saying with Donnie Swaggart, now since he came out and said that, now you already know they are out here digging, trying to find some dirt on him, so people won't listen to what the man said. They're out here trying to find dirt on him to embarrass him because he spoke the truth. And that's why a lot of people are compromised and they want to speak the truth, but they can't.
Right.
So we have to take that into consideration as well. So that's just where we are with that. Oh boy, we well over.
Whatever they try to find on Mr. Swaggart will not outdo rolling butt cheeks Martin. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
he's got years.
You can't outdo rolling butt cheeks Martin. You can't outdo that.
Of course not.
So I'm just,
Okay, Tina, people need to have minds of their own, open up the Bible for themselves. Yeah, and that's why I shared that. One of the videos I shared with you earlier, I wanted you to see how he's just up there and, it's theatrical and they're just up. Yeah, it's a cult, people. It's a cult. Just like Jim Jones and the Guyana tragedy, just like the Branch Davidians, just like Charles Manson and the people that they killed. It's a cult. There is no critical thinking. One person, the Black preacher, is thinking for the entire congregation, tells them what to do. They adhere. I showed you the video when the lady was in there, when Kamala Harris went to Jamal Bryant's church. One lady was in there talking about, what about the unaliving of children? They got the police. They hauled her butt out of there quickly.
Like she stole something.
It's a cult. You don't speak against your ruler, your master. And in that church, it's Jamal Bryant. His shenanigans are okay. All these women he was with outside of his marriage and all these children he has. And that's who they're going to every Sunday. And he's supposed to help them save their soul. Really? Get out of here. Mary, I don't go in anything but my own. My father was a preacher. Okay. Montrez gets it. It is witchcraft. It's a spirit of witchcraft. Yes, it is. Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes, Chubbs, a lot of them are. And I'm glad that Donnie, I have a whole new respect for Donnie Swaggart for coming out and saying what so many other people would not say and wanted to say but wouldn't. No one wants to backlash. And they know no one wants to be labeled a racist. And so that's just where we are with that. Blackson, what do you think?
I think, that whole racism is like crying wolf. It's not, it's not relevant, but because the news media gives these people these platforms, but the news media is dying too. This is where it's at right here. That's why they're trying to shut down the internet. That's why they're trying to censor and suppress and shadow ban, because this is where it's at. This is where the power is. It's not in these dang churches. It's not on NBCs and ABCs and all that.
No, exactly. You're absolutely right. And that's just where we are, folks. And I think this is we've got a lot of input tonight. I think Blackson and I we're going to delve more into the Black church, and I'll just keep sharing examples with you because I know some of you find it hard to understand. But that's what's going on. Chicago Hood, you got it. Jezebel spirits and a lot more ungodly spirits are up in there. And like I said, it's all theatrics. It's all semantics. Give Jamal Bryant an Oscar for that latest performance.
Give him
the people. He keeps fear mongering and talking about slavery and the Middle Passage and Jim Crow, which he's not old enough to have lived through. So it's all on emotions.
Miss Lynn, did you just say give him an Oscar?
Give him an Oscar, yes.
No, give that man an inhaler.
For his asthma. There's someone in the chat said, does he have asthma? Give him some Dupixent.
Benadryl or something. God dang.
Woo!
Sudafix. Sinex.
All right. Apostle Curtis Lewis, a.k.a. How you doing, sir? Both parties are fake like Donnie. I think he said he's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Thank you for the super chat, Apostle. There are just so many wolves in sheep's clothing. James, you're right. They are trying to hurt small YouTube creators, but this is the future. And Blackson and I were talking earlier. I wish there was a new competitor to come on the scene and really give YouTube a run for its money. I pray that happens. Where are we? Jezebel worship. Where are we here? Sacred Grove. Y'all seen the billboard from the New Era Baptist Church saying if we vote Trump, we may end up picking cotton again. Sacred Grove. Yeah, I don't know if you were here. I played a video with that sign that he had up. Again, fear mongering. He's paid by the Democrats to keep Black people on the Democratic plantation. That's what he's just doing his job. Alley Cat said, give him some nuts. Oh boy, self-proclaimed apostle in the chat. Okay. Edna, apostate, you are wrong for that comment on Donnie. Check your own heart, okay? Vipa, how are you? The Trump rally was on fire in Salem, Virginia. I just left and the turnout was real. Thank you, Vipa, for that.
Oh, nice.
Barnes Homestead, they fearmonger to fundraise. Yeah, they fearmonger to keep the people voting for these Democrats who are doing nothing but destroying them and their communities. That's what they're doing. That's all the everything the Democrats represent is death, or it's something that's dying. There is no life. It's evil. It's satanic. Okay. So, closing thoughts. Any closing thoughts?
I think those guys were so happy because Mr. Swaggart made them relevant just for that little 5 minutes of fame. Because if racism is all they got, then they're pretty much done.
That's all you have.
Yeah, that's all they have. That's
upset, and the people know with Black Americans' history in this country of slavery and the past, that's why they keep stirring the pot, right? To keep people emotional. They talk about all of the things that upset Black Americans because they know then they're not going to think clearly. They're going to run out and vote for who they tell them to vote for. James, Ro, I'm hoping we don't need a van to go to the border. James.
Miss Lynn, they just mad because, again, Black people ain't coming out voting for damn Kamala. They mad.
Facts.
They mad, and I'm glad.
I love it. It's, to me, the irony of it all.
Yes.
If you look at how she treated so many people, men especially, but men and women of color, Black and Hispanic especially. And now look at who she is reaching out to the most. Black men. excuse me, black men.
Absolutely.
And they're like, no, we don't have time for you.
Nope.
Barnes said people are leaving the plantation. Yes, they are. Thank God. Andrew, I already do. Okay, Pinky. Montrez, Pastor Donnie Swaggart is 100% correct of what he said. Yes, Montrez.
Yes.
I have an all new respect for him. I really do. Chris, how are you? Have y'all seen Bishop McClendon, what he said about the Democrat? No, what did he say, Chris? Tell us. Tell us what he said, dear. Because I see so much. It's hard to keep up. Excuse me. I've been screaming, I think, too much and talking, and now my voice is, excuse me, leaving. Oh, my goodness. We've had over 1,100 people to come through. Wow. Yeah, we've definitely got to delve into this subject matter a little bit more. Peacetime. Glad to see the Spirit of the Lord moving to remove the scales from our eyes. Me too. Peacetime. I've said that. Thank you, Lord. Go forth and do battle and reclaim what is yours. Yeah, he's sick of this crap that's going on, and the deception and the evil and the satanic, vile Democrats. Tina, Ruthie, yes, exactly, 100%. Ruthie, 100%. And it has to be God. And I told Blackson, I think God has definitely, so far as Black America is concerned, he's dropped the scales from their eyes. He's lifted the veil. Oh yeah, Ruby, thank you. Don't forget the clocks. And so I definitely agree. It has to be God, because the devil just had so many people in the dark for so long. Oh, thank you. Chubb said he loves the show.
Oh, thank you. Chubb.
We try to put on a good show. We really do. We try to discuss pertinent topics that we think you could benefit from, really.
Absolutely. Yeah, this was a great one, Miss Lynn, because I didn't even know all this went down. I'm like, dang. But like, it's so much going on, so I'm glad that you caught that, because I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I try to stay, and especially with something that I've actually done videos on. Do something. How you doing? Do the replay. Chris, Sandra, do something. All of you, hit that like button. I'm going to drop a link because we do have a lot of new people in here. But yeah, a lot of this we have been talking about. I could go back, and people are not having it. People are struggling with kitchen table issues. They don't want to hit racism. Blackson, if I contact Rocket Mortgage on Monday, I can call and tell them all my problems and how racism is holding me back, and all the other problems I may have. They're going to say, yes, ma'am, we're sorry. Where's our mortgage payment?
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you let me know when I can call Rocket Mortgage and tell them my problems and scream and cry racism, and let them say, well, okay, well, you don't have to pay your mortgage this month. Heck, I'll call it every month.
Right.
That's not reality. So, but yeah, I'm going to, I have some videos, since I have so many new people in here. I'm going to show you, we have been discussing this, the black ministers and preachers, how they have destroyed the Black community. Now, I hope that, since we shared this information with you earlier in this particular live, I hope you can understand it a little bit better. We definitely would not. And I even did a video, Black elites profit off of Black ignorance. These Black preachers and ministers, folks, these are the elites.
Right.
Okay. These are the people some of the people we've been talking about. So I'm going to drop a link. I'm dropping two or three links. Here's one link about the Black elites. That includes the Black preachers. Okay. Black celebrity. I did a video, has over 5,000 views. I'm going to drop that link too. Black celebrities and black pastors push misinformation to Black America. I'm sharing that with you right now. So if you're new, I have a lot of new people in here. Please, please, please check out these links, and you're going to say, hey, she's right.
Stormy Young had a question for you, Miss Lynn.
Okay, let me get back to the live here.
Uh-huh.
Right, I went to find, excuse me, the old, where are we here? Yeah, I went to find the old videos, and what's the question? I think I missed it.
Yeah, got to scroll back. She said,
Stormy Young.
Yeah, Stormy Young won. Yes.
Okay. There are a lot of comments in here. Woo!
It's flowing fast. You gotta scroll it back. Yeah.
Whoa. Stormy, Miss Rowland, would you mind if I put a link in here for a GoFundMe that my son started? If you don't, that's fine, Stormy Young. Go ahead and drop your link, dear. You're fine, dear. Thank you for being respectful and asking. But yeah, that's fine, dear. Diane, the pastor was bringing up all those black men that met their demise, but note he said nothing about Obama not giving blacks a hate crime bill.
Right.
Diane gets it. That's all they do is come around. Let me drop this link. Oh, I think, wait a minute. Peacetime. Roland, didn't you do a video with people showing receipts that illegals left behind at ATM machines, $20,000 a month cash and food? Yes, Peacetime, you've been here for a while.
Yeah.
I'm tired of my tax money going to non-Americans. Yes. And I just dropped, those of you who are new here, which are several of you, I just dropped some links. Folks, check out those videos. It's what we're talking about today. This has been going on 60 plus years. Nothing new to see. How you doing? Prosperity, yes.
Prosperity.
Just see. Wow, our own people did us in. God was like, when I pull the veil from your eyes, you're going to see it's your own. Just see, you're new here, and she got it. These black preachers and black ministers have been the greatest detriment to the black community, along with all of the black puppets, all of the black shields. So we're talking Congressional Black Caucus. We're talking NAACP and the Al Sharptons and the Ben Crump. All of these people are gatekeepers. These black celebrities, they're gatekeepers. They're entertainers. They want us to follow them. They're millionaires. Some of them are billionaires. I don't listen to any of those people as it relates to who I vote for politically. Prosperity. We're still on for tomorrow, Robert. I tell you, Prosperity, I've already told everyone you'll be here with some more people who are doing the groundwork in Chicago to make sure that it flips red.
Chicago red. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Red. Red is red is my favorite color anyway.
Yes.
Karen, it was a black preacher that was hand in hand with Margaret Sanger. That's what you've been saying, Blackson.
Yes.
Yes. Margaret Sanger infiltrated the black. Who did she go to? The black preacher. That's why they're okay with black Americans unaliving their children. Margaret Sanger to the black preacher.
Right. And Margaret Sanger was what? A Democrat. Yes.
You're voting against your own self, and that's sad. And you're too stupid to know it. And lots of these people, the black bole, they have several degrees. They're doing well financially, but they're stupid. Equal justice under the law. Prosperity, peacetime, gatekeepers, but of butt cheeks, peacetime. Woo! They're cutting up in here tonight. Stormy, I believe that a father should have his say in what happens to his unborn child. Yes, Stormy, but here in this country, here in America, we know that toxic males are toxic. So, that's just how the Democrats. And again, look, like I said, I did a video on Beyonce. She came out hand in hand with Kelly Rowland, her bandmate from Destiny's Child, talking about reproductive rights. You're married now. They're both married with children. And what are they out here telling you to do?
Unalive your kids.
Unalive your children. And
we got our kids, but unalive your kids.
But be independent. You don't need a man. Both of those ladies are married. Why are you listening to them? I may like your music, but you're not going to tell me what to do. They're both married with children. They're telling you to unalive your children, and you don't need a man. You're independent. And freedom. Yeah. Okay, that part. Prosperity, they're waiting for you tomorrow. Okay, they are waiting. They are excited. Vipar, Vepa, they have kept us in line while their fortunes have amassed. Yeah. Again, they're the black elite. These ministers are doing very well.
Yeah.
Mary Pratt. How you doing, Mr. Fizz? Haven't seen you in a while. Hit the like button for me, love. Mr. Fizz is here. So I have to send him some cat.
Ruby said, why was Kelly Rowland dressed like Beetlejuice?
Yeah, did you see? I hope you guys looked at the optics. Did you see? I told Blackson, she came out there. I was like, this is weird. She came out there. She and Beyonce were holding hands, right? And they were holding hands like they were a couple. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was.
And Kelly Rowland had on. She was dressed like a man. So you see the narrative they're pushing. So I was like, okay. But so peacetime. Remember that Biden appointee who said that unaliving of children was an option for people who were struggling financially. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
But they have all of those clinics. They don't have them in poor white neighborhoods. They have them in poor black neighborhoods.
Yep.
So, yeah. Allie, I thought Beetlejuice was dressed like Kelly Rowland. Woo! Vipa, who knows with that crowd? With that crowd does anything. They've all sold their soul to the devil. Prosperity, we are ready for you. So we're gonna get out of here. Oh my God, I hate to go. This was
excellent.
God, we've had over how many people to come through? Over 1,200 people came through.
Yeah,
over 1,200. So this was fire. Sandra Green, God help us all, and He will.
Oh, He will.
Florida's here, dear. She's here. She's here. She was here. She's on and off, I think, because she had a function to go to. All right, where are we here? So, did you get your last parting shot? Because I'm gonna finish us up.
Yeah. I'm ready for tomorrow, Miss Lynn. I'm ready to hear from Prosperity and up in Chi-Town. I love hearing people from different areas fighting this democratic machine. I love it.
Well, I'm gonna sing us out of here because James sent a little sad smiley face last night saying you didn't sing. By that time, I had already ended the live, but I told you I was tired last night. All right. Somebody named the artist in the year. Stormy Miss Rowland, I appreciate you being someone who believes in actually educating our children instead of indoctrinating. Yes, Miss Stormy Young, I encourage my students to think critically. And every time one of my students comes to me crying racism, I help them see, no, it's the choices that you've made, honey. These white teachers out here busy like I am. They don't have time to be sitting up plotting and trying to be racist against you. That's not what's going on. Go in there, sit down, shut your mouth, and do your work. That's what I tell them. Stop with the excuses. And so, James and everyone else who loves the songs. I don't want to talk about the things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. I've played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say, no more ace to play. The winner takes it all. The loser has to fall. No more victory. All right, who's that group? One of my favorite. Blackson hit the background. Okay. Okay, Andrew. Bless you all. Yeah, James, I hope you're lucky. That was ABBA. One of my favorite ABBA songs. Winner Takes It All. We're going to be singing that on Tuesday. ABBA 1980. Woo! All right. All right. If I could, I'd sing all ABBA songs on here. Oh my God, I love ABBA. I really do. I have their greatest hits on my playlist. Oh, you love that song too, Allie. Oh, James was telling you to hit the background.
Oh, okay. I don't want to torture y'all.
I'm torturing them enough. Ruthie loves ABBA too. Ruthie, fun fact. Dancing Queen, the 13-minute version. I play it in my classroom. It drives my students nuts. I've had students that say, hey, when is this song going to be over with? And it's Dancing Queen. And I'm just back there like, yeah. And I'm like, that's your face. Songs from the 70s and 80s could go forever. And I have my students like, oh, God. I'm like, yeah, this is real music. People had talent. Get over it. And they just laugh at me. Tell me how old I am. I'm like, I don't care. The music was good. Chris, I did not get your message, dear. If anyone wants to email me, I will type it here. It is lsibert@ymail.com. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Boom. So I'm going to let you go. I've enjoyed this. Over 1,200 people came through. And everyone had something to say, and we enjoy your opinions. Karen, I think it was Karen. Somebody said Karen Smith said Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes.
Yeah.
The reasons that we're here. I can't hit that falsetto like Phil. Oh my God. Woo. Waterloo, do something. I love ABBA, baby. The best ABBA song ever written, though, was Knowing Me and Knowing You. There is nothing we can do. Knowing me and knowing you. We just have to face it this time. We're through. This time we're through. Breaking up is never easy, I know, but I have to go. Oh, I love some ABBA. Oh my God. I crash out for ABBA. I do. Okay. So we're gonna get out. You know me. We'll be here tomorrow. Of course, Prosperity will be here. Yeah, I love the Grateful Dead. Rest in peace, Phil. Yeah, he just passed away. Yeah, I just saw that yesterday. Yeah. Radio killed the video star. I know that one too. All right. I enjoyed you all. I'm going now to the chat room. I will be there as long as you're there. I enjoyed all of you. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here, spending your very valuable time here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel. And I'm coming straight to the chat section now.